work on the Gardening at 58 North. So in this video I'd like to give you an update on what's happening with the channel. You've probably not seen many videos recently, it's been quite quiet really. And that's because I've been really busy with work and with moving house as well. So there's lots of updates coming. Basically I've moved into a new home now, or just in the process of moving into a new home. So until I get that finally done, there won't be too many videos, not too regularly anyway. But my plan is this year is to go full-time with YouTube. So the last few years I've been running my own gardening business. That's been keeping me really busy in Edinburgh, but I really want to expand my YouTube business and make YouTube a full-time career. So I've been making a small amount of money from YouTube over the years, but it's never been much. So mostly my main income has been my gardening, but I really want to go full-time on YouTube, expand the income that I'm getting from that, because at the moment it's just enough to cover my bills, but I'm hoping to make a living from it. So I've moved up to North Scotland now, near to where my parents live, so it's on the north coast. I won't say exactly where it is, but it's near Elgin, Forres, Inverness, that kind of area. Much further north than I was, and it is just about 58 degrees north, the name of the channel, so that's how far north we are in the world. You can probably see my breath today, maybe I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I'm currently sitting in my new conservatory, so this is the new house where I'll be doing all the filming from, and give me a lot more opportunities to make videos, because previously I had a flat in Edinburgh, but the flat only had the windowsills that I could grow the plants and the balcony as well. So that was really restricting to what I could do. But here I've got a front and a back garden, and I've got this lovely, really big conservatory. It's quite an old conservatory. It's actually older than me. It's 30 years old, this conservatory. So it needs a bit of work. It needs some cleaning. Get the windows clean again. But this is going to be really good for me to grow a lot more plants. The space in here, I can absolutely fill it with plants, not take over the rest of the house like I have been doing, and be able to make lots of new videos. So I'll be moving in over the next few weeks and months. There's a lot of work that needs doing in this house, so I need to basically, there's no kitchen, there's no carpets, there's not really much of a bathroom. So I'm going to be quite busy with the house for a little while, so that's why my videos won't be too regular. But come probably March, April time, I'll be a lot more regular with my videos. I'm hoping to aim this year for 2 videos a week. I'll see how that goes. I might be able to do more than 2 videos a week. I might do less. What I'll be doing mostly is I'll be focusing on houseplants in this new house, because I'll have all the big conservatory, also the great windowsills, because this is, as I say, this is the conservatory I'm in now, which is why it's so echoey, and you can probably hear the pigeons outside because there's a lot of pigeons nearby. They're probably cooing in the background, and seagulls. Also the windowsills are a decent width and the windows are decent size, so I can grow a lot of the plants in there, inside the house. Plants that need the most sunlight, like my cacti and succulents, I've got a few already transported up. I've only transported up the ones so far that can handle cold temperatures. I will be transporting the rest of them up soon, but until I get a new heating system, because the heating in this old house really needs replaced. There's lots of leaks and it's over 30 years old, so it needs replaced. So I've just got these which can handle cold temperatures, keeping the frost at bay with an electric heater in this conservatory. I'll then move my other plants up soon. I will have a diary about that, so I'm hoping to film the journey, especially at this time of year. It's really quite beautiful because we go up through the highlands of Scotland, through Aviemore. You see the Cairngorm Mountains, lots of snow. So hopefully get a time lapse of that video and a little journal, a kind of diary of me transplanting all my plants, because that will be quite a move. Unfortunately, I probably will lose some of the plants, especially as my van is quite cold in the back and it's often below freezing at this time of year in the Highlands. I'll also lose a lot of plants because I'm up and down so much between this new house and my old flat, so it's going to be quite difficult to keep looking after all the plants, having to get friends and family to look after them because they can't be in 2 places at once. So there might be 1 or 2 plants that die, but there's always opportunity for new ones, I suppose. So coming forward, I will be trying to expand a lot of new revenue streams on my YouTube channel to help make this more of a living. At the moment, all my money just from YouTube comes through ad revenue, and it's a small amount, but it's just enough to cover a few bills. But I need to expand that, so I'm planning to make a lot more videos, devote all my time to YouTube, or at least 90% of my time to YouTube. That way I can really go full in on it and my full attention. You'll probably notice I've been very bad recently replying to comments, so that's something I really need to get back on track with. I still look at all the comments when they come in, but I'm so busy with work and that over the last few months, I've not really been able to actually reply to comments. So I'm hoping this year to really get back on board, reply to all the comments that I can. I should be able to reply to most of them in the next few months. It just depends, obviously. I sometimes can get up to 100 comments coming in a day, so that can be quite difficult to reply to them all. But I'll try and go through some of the older ones as well, and if you haven't had me reply to something recently, I'll try and go back and reply to that comment you've done in the past. So to expand with YouTube, I'm also going to be opening more of my social media pages. At the moment, I don't really do much at all on my social media pages. I have a Facebook account. This is Gardening at 58 North. I'll leave the link for that down in the description of this video. I'll need to spend a lot more attention on that. I quite like Facebook because you can add photos without having to post a video. So you can look at photos of my plants or my new house and garden. So I'll be hopefully working on that soon, get a lot of photos up on that. At the moment there's not a lot on the Facebook page. A few photos, 1 or 2 videos, but all those videos are just forwarded over from the YouTube. So it's not any extra content there apart from the photos, but I'm hoping to add a lot more photos. It's also a great way if any of you have problems with your plants and you want some help with them. If you message me on my Facebook page, you can then send me photos and I can look at the plants. It's much more easier for me to actually reply and give you advice on those plants. At the moment with YouTube comments, I don't get notifications for all of them. If I did, I'd be having hundreds of notifications a day. So that's why I often miss comments, especially on the older videos, because I tend to just look through the newer videos for the comments. But with Facebook, I always get a notification and I check it regularly. So I might take a few days to get back to you, but I should always reply if you send me a Facebook message. I'll also try and get into Instagram as well. A lot of people in the past have been asking me if I'm going to get an Instagram account. I do have one open. I've not posted any pictures, I don't think, on it, but I'm going to start posting pictures soon. I'll post probably some photos of my plants, and if I do any travelling and journeys in different gardens, because I do quite often visit gardens around Scotland, and when I'm on holiday I like to visit gardens as well. I'll try and get some nice photos on there for Instagram. I also have a Patreon account if anyone wants to help me on Patreon. I'll put the link of that as well down in the description. Had that for a couple of years, but I've never really put much effort into it. I've occasionally communicated with some of the patrons, but I've not been offering anything on the perks side. So I'm going to have a look, see what perks I'll offer for different tiers or contribute to the channel. I don't like the idea where people have to pay money to get extra information. So I don't want to make it where I make loads of footage for people on Patreon and then YouTubers don't really get to view much of that footage. I want to make sure that most of the footage is available everywhere. But of course I understand nobody wants to give money to Patreon unless they're getting something back in return. That would be completely unfair. So if you have any ideas what I can come up with to make something worthwhile for joining Patreon, I might do something like plant adoptions where you adopt a plant and I give regular updates on that plant, and you can maybe ask me to prune it or do something to it, and I can kind of have more interaction that way. So there's lots of plants that I could put on for that. But if you have any ideas what might be good for perks and bonuses on Patreon, then let me know, and I'll try and implement some of them onto my Patreon account as well. So the other aspect of moving up north is I'm going to be quite close to my parents' garden. I say close, it's probably 10-20 miles, but in North Scotland everything's quite remote, so that is quite close. What I'll be doing there is all my outdoor videos are pretty much going to be at my parents' garden. They have a massive polytunnel, a big greenhouse, large vegetable plot, and the rest of the garden's quite big as well, with lots of fruit trees and flowers and shrubs and things like that. This garden at the moment, I really want to get started on it in this new house. There's loads of things I want to do, but I know it's best to wait a year when you first get a garden. See where things grow, see where the light comes in at different times of year. Because an area that might be sunny in spring, it might get shaded later in the year if the trees come out into leaf, or it might be sunnier than you expected if the sun gets higher and the building's no longer shading it. So if I'm to really make this garden as best as it can be, I need to wait a year, watch the light, where the light falls in the garden, see what comes up, because there could be quite a few bulbs, I don't know. I've seen 1 or 2 daffodils and crocuses, so there's probably quite a few nice plants in here. But at the moment there's not much to see in the garden. So I'll be doing a little bit of work in this garden. I'll be trying to hold myself back because I really want to get started in this house and this garden and make it a really nice looking garden. But I'll hold myself back this year. I won't do too much in this garden. Most of it will be my parents' garden. So it'll be mainly houseplants here in this house. My parents don't really have any houseplants, and if they do have, I'll probably just take them over here because they are mine originally. I've got a few houseplants there which are probably 20 years old that I've been looking after since I was about 10 years old or something. So I was really quite a young boy when I was looking after those plants, so I'll be taking them back. I'll show you some of the history of those plants as well. I think I should have some old photographs of them. My parents' garden, as I say, that'll be all the outdoor gardening stuff. I might at some point split the channel, so I might have a channel for houseplants and a channel for gardens, for outdoor plants. I'm not sure yet. Let me know what your ideas are for that, because a lot of people who watch the houseplants might not have a garden, might not be interested in the garden videos, but let me know what you think of that. At the moment I'm keeping the two together like I have been recently, just some videos outdoor plants, some videos houseplants. I'll keep that going for a little while, but I might split them at some point into two channels. Just let me know what you think of that. There will be a lot more outdoor plant videos coming to this channel soon. At the moment it's mainly balcony and houseplant stuff I've been doing, whereas because I've got my whole parents' garden to start filming in, I'm going to be doing a lot more outdoor plants. So there'll probably be more 50-50 split with outdoor and indoor. It just depends on the time of year. It will vary quite a bit. And there'll be a lot of vegetables this year. My parents are pretty much self-sufficient in vegetables and fruit. I made a video about that before. I'll put a link in now into the iCard so you can have a look at that if you want. They do grow pretty much everything. The only things they buy in is mainly meat and dairy. They don't really, and obviously things like pasta and rice. They don't, and they make their own bread and everything. So it's all grown in the garden pretty much. So that I'll be doing a lot of vegetables for that. I also have a greenhouse here in this new house, so I will hopefully renovate that. At the moment it's missing a lot of glass, so I need to renovate that greenhouse, start growing things here, vegetable wise, and I'll probably grow some vegetables in this conservatory. It's quite big, and compared with how many plants I have back in Edinburgh, it's going to be quite empty in this conservatory. So I think the first year I'm going to put quite a few vegetables in here, and then slowly fill it up with houseplants over time. So I think that's all for this update really. There's going to be a lot of exciting things happening to the channel. As I say, I'm going to try and go full time, put as much time and effort as I can into this, and then you get a lot more videos and I'll be able to reply to all your comments hopefully. So if there's any other things you'd like to kind of advise me on, like if there's anything you want to watch in particular, any style of video you want to see, or if you have any ideas for my Patreon or what I can put on my Facebook that might be interesting, like maybe you want to see some pictures of plants more regularly, see more updates. Because I do update videos and plants probably every 6 months or a year for each plant, but maybe you want updates in between with photos or something. I'm not sure, just let me know. And yeah, that's it for this video. I will be doing an update soon, but as I say, we're moving house, it might be a little while. So sit back and wait, and I'll give you lots of videos soon.